welcome to Live Interactive English. I'm Matt.
And I'm Kiki.
And today we are looking at day 2 of our article called Crete, a Greek Odyssey. So last time we talked a little bit about some of the history and historical sites that you might find in Crete. So first we talked about how Crete was actually the location of where King Minos had his labyrinth and most famous for its minotaur, which was a half-bull, half-man beast which was very dangerous within this labyrinth.
That's right. And we also learned about how we can visit the Heraklion Archaeological Museum and see 4,000 years of Greek history.
And right nearby that museum, there is the Palace of Knossos, where you can see more history and where you can admire the beauty of this very, very old palace.
Right, and also learn about the Minoan society, the Minoan people that once lived in ancient Greece.
So that's already quite a few reasons why, I might want to visit Crete. So I'm thinking now about when I can manage to take some time off work and book a flight to Crete because there are very interesting things to see there.
That's right.
Okay, well now let's get into today's article where we're going to learn more about things to do and see in Crete.
Besides its history, Crete captivates visitors with its natural wonders. The Samaria Gorge, for example, is one of Europe's longest canyons and stretches 16 kilometers into the mountains in the west. Towering rock walls and rugged terrain define this dramatic landscape, and in some places, only a few meters of sky can be seen above. The narrowest section, the Iron Gates, is particularly unforgettable. In contrast, areas by the sea present a completely different image of Crete. The lovely Elafonisi beach is known for its pink sand and clear, warm water, ideal conditions for swimming and snorkeling.
Welcome to day 2 of our article all about Crete, a Greek Odyssey. All right, let's get right into it. Besides its history, Crete captivates visitors with its natural wonders. Okay, so not only do we go there to learn about some ancient Greek history, there are lots of beautiful natural things to look at as well. Now, in our article, we have this preposition word, besides, and it's used to add more information or details when you're talking about something. It helps to show that one thing goes along with something else. So an example sentence would be, besides cheese, you also need tomatoes to make pizza.
That's right. Back to our article. The Samaria Gorge, for example, is one of Europe's longest canyons and stretches 16 kilometers into the mountains in the west. All right, so the word there is canyon. This is one of Europe's longest canyons. So a canyon is a land feature where there are very steep walls leading down to a river. So it's where a river has carved its way through the land and created this feature with steep walls and a river at the bottom. Now, a gorge is one kind of canyon. A gorge is a word that's used for a canyon that is particularly steep and narrow. So you might think of, this canyon, for example, is called a gorge, and also Taroko Gorge in Taiwan is also a very famous canyon. So another example sentence for canyon, the canyon is famous for its red-colored rocks. All right, now let's go to Hanny.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。今天的课程要继续介绍克里特岛。除了历史，克里特岛也有自然奇景，吸引着游客，像是撒玛利亚峡谷，它是欧洲最长的峡谷之一。我们来看单字 besides， 它是指除了点点点之外。那在这边当介系词，后面要接名词或动名词。再看到 canyon， 它是表达峡谷、深谷。Matt 老师在解释单字时提到 gorge 也有峡谷的意思，介华课文中。
Thank you, Hanny. Let's get back to the article. Towering rock walls and rugged terrain define this dramatic landscape. And in some places, only a few meters of sky can be seen above. The narrowest section, the Iron Gates, is particularly unforgettable. Okay, so it's a great way to describe this gorge, right? It's beautiful, you can see it, but it gets to a part where it's super, super narrow. Okay, here we have the noun landscape, which talks about everything you can see outside in one wide view. So you can think of it as looking at a picture of the land. So an example sentence we have is, I like to take photos of mountain landscapes.
Continuing with the article, in contrast, areas by the sea present a completely different image of Crete. The lovely LIVEABC beach is known for its pink sand and clear, warm water. Ideal conditions for swimming and snorkeling.
Wow, that sounds really pretty.
Yeah, pink sand beaches are very rare in the world. You don't often see a beach with pink sand, so I think that would be a very special place to go. And to go snorkeling there and look at things under the water with pink sand below, I think would be really amazing. All right, let's go to Hanny.
课文提到，高耸的岩壁和崎岖的地形构成了撒玛利亚峡谷的壮丽景观。在某些地方，头顶上只能看到几公尺宽的天空，而相较之下，海边地区则呈现了克里特岛完全不同的风貌。像埃拉佛尼西海滩，它是以粉红色的沙滩和清澈温暖海水而闻名，具备了游泳跟浮潜的理想条件。来看单字 landscape。landscape 这个名词，它是指风景。尤其是陆地上的风景地貌，它也有景观的意思。那这边一个重点是 in contrast， 它表示相较之下、对比之下。contrast 在这边当名词，有对比差异的意思。例如 It was warm and sunny yesterday. In contrast, it's cool and cloudy today. 昨天天气温暖又晴朗，相较之下，今天凉爽且多云。另外，我们也可以用 in contrast 加上 to 或是 with 再加名词或动名词去表达与什么相较之下，与什么什么不同或相反。例如 In contrast to her sister, she is talkative and outgoing. 跟姐姐相比，她健谈又外向。好，那我们接着回到课文中。
All right, so in the first part of our article, we've learned about two beautiful natural places that you can visit in Crete. Okay, but now we're going to take a break and we will go to the second part of the article and learn more about LIVEABC.
While LIVEABC is rightly celebrated, the south of Crete is also home to a number of smaller beaches without the tourist crowds. As many of these beaches remain undeveloped, their untouched scenery is the main attraction. The challenge, however, is that they aren't always easy to reach and can often only be accessed by hiking trails. Crete is undoubtedly a place rich in both natural beauty and cultural treasures. While you may not run the risk of encountering the Minotaur, this Greek island is a historical gem that offers a sense of adventure.
Welcome back to the second part of today's article. Let's get right into it. While LIVEABC is rightly celebrated, the south of Crete is also home to a number of smaller beaches without the tourist crowds.
Okay, yeah, so that's maybe LIVEABC is very beautiful, but it might not be as beautiful if there are tons of other tourists around you taking photos and just not allowing you to really see the beautiful pink sand beach.
Or to relax.
That's right. As many of these beaches remain undeveloped, their untouched scenery is the main attraction. Okay, so these ones are not as developed. There's not going to be as many, stores and as many buses going there and as many people going there. So they're untouched natural scenery, meaning it's what nature provided. There's not buildings and hotels and stuff. and that's the main attraction. So the scenery of a place is what can be seen from your eyes and what you can see, and usually we use this to describe something that is beautiful or pleasant to look at. So if you look out at a landscape, and what you're looking at is the scenery. So an example sentence, we watched the scenery change as we traveled by train.
Okay, back to the article. The challenge, however, is that they aren't always easy to reach and can often only be accessed by hiking trails. That's just like what you said, Matt. Some of these places, you can't just take the bus there. The bus might take you to one place, but to really get to these untouched beaches, you have to hike in. Okay, so it's hard to access these places. So here we have the verb access, and the access, when we use access as a noun, we are talking about the opportunity or ways to get to a place or to enter a place. But as a verb, like in the article, it means to be able to reach something or to get somewhere and to be able to use or do something. So you can use it to talk about entering some place, right? In this case, we're talking about getting access to the beach. We need to walk and hike the trail to access the beach, to get to the beach. It's not easy to get there. An example sentence we have is, Luke accessed the island by taking a small boat.
Okay, so these smaller beaches sound nicer, but of course not as easy to get to, and maybe that's why they're nicer and less crowded by tourists. Okay, let's go to Hanny.
在克里特岛南部也有一些比较小的海滩，没有拥挤的游客。由于这些海滩中有许多仍未开发，而未受破坏的景色正是它们的主要吸引力。只是这些地点可能不容易抵达，通常呢只能透过步道来前往。好，单字 scenery 它表示风景、景色，是个不可数名词。Access 当动词可以表达进入、到达或是使用、存取，像是使用资讯啊、资源等等。那我们接滑课文中。
Thank you, Hanny. Now let's get back to the article. Crete is undoubtedly a place rich in both natural beauty and cultural treasures. So there's more than just the natural beauty, there's more than just the history. These two come together to give you tons of reasons to go to Crete.
While you may not run the risk of encountering the Minotaur, this Greek island is a historical gem that offers a sense of adventure.
Okay, so you won't run the risk of encountering the Minotaur. So to encounter means to unexpectedly meet or come across someone or something. So in this case, if you were to encounter the Minotaur, it would mean that you didn't have plans to run into a Minotaur, but you did just happen to see one somewhere. But as they said, that won't happen because there's not really any Minotaurs there. So an example sentence, there is a possibility of encountering bears in the forest. Okay, it's time for us to go to Hanny.
课文最后提到，克里特岛是个拥有丰富自然美景和文化宝藏的地方。虽然可能不会有那种遇到牛头怪的危险，但是这座希腊岛屿它是历史瑰宝，能带来冒险的感受。好，来看单字 encounter， 这个动词表示遭遇或是遇到，尤其是指偶然或未预期的遇到。那么 gem这个名词表示宝石或者是珍贵的人或事物。好，那这边有一个重点是跟 risk 相关的片语。risk 当名词是指风险、危险。那以下要介绍两个相关片语，一个是 run the risk of 加上名词或动名词，这表示有什么什么的危险，冒着什么什么的风险。例如 You run the risk of an accident if you drive too fast。如果你开车开太快，会有发生意外的风险。第二个介绍 take a risk 表示冒险一试，例如 He's not willing to step out of his comfort zone and take a risk。他不愿意踏出舒适圈，冒险一试。好，那我们接着回课文中。
Thank you, Hanny. Well, we have come to our question of the day. What do you think? Matt, what do you think are the benefits of visiting quieter, less discovered areas?
Okay, well, I think some of the benefits are that, well, it'll be just quieter, so more relaxing, of course. Also, people might be friendlier because they don't have too many tourists there. They're not overwhelmed with tourism. And then also it might be cheaper sometimes because there are less people going there. They're not raising the prices. Now, also sometimes, though, these places can be more expensive because their tourism industry is less developed, and so there might be less hotels and less competition. Also, going to these places is difficult, so it can be harder to get to, and that's why there are less people. So these are also some of the negatives, some of the not benefits of going to these less developed and quieter tourist places. But often if you can find one that is suitable for you, it can make it more relaxing and enjoyable.
Well, I think one more benefit is that you're seeing this place really untouched by, the masses. So you can see it in its kind of original form, right?
Okay, it's time for us now to review this article again, so we will see you next time.
Besides its history, Crete captivates visitors with its natural wonders. The Samaria Gorge, for example, is one of Europe's longest canyons and stretches 16 kilometers into the mountains in the west. Towering rock walls and rugged terrain define this dramatic landscape, and in some places, only a few meters of sky can be seen above. The narrowest section, the Iron Gates, is particularly unforgettable. In contrast, areas by the sea present a completely different image of Crete. The lovely LIVEABC beach is known for its pink sand and clear, warm water, ideal conditions for swimming and snorkeling. While LIVEABC is rightly celebrated, the south of Crete is also home to a number of smaller beaches without the tourist crowds. As many of these beaches remain undeveloped, their untouched scenery is the main attraction. The challenge, however, is that they aren't always easy to reach and can often only be accessed by hiking trails. Crete is undoubtedly a place rich in both natural beauty and cultural treasures. While you may not run the risk of encountering the Minotaur, this Greek island is a historical gem that offers a sense of adventure.
最后，我们来复习今天课文里的单字文法。单字的部分有 besides 当介系词表示除了之外 canyon 名词表示峡谷深谷 landscape 名词它尤其是指陆地上的风景地貌或是景观 scenery 名词表示风景景色 access 动词表示进入到达或是使用存取像是使用存取资讯或资源那么 encounter 这个动词表示遭遇或者是偶然或未预期的遇到文法的部分第一个学到 in contrast 它表示相较之下对比之下第二个我们学到跟 risk 相关的片语像 run the risk of 加上名词或动名词就表示有什么什么的危险冒着什么的风险还有 take a risk 则表示冒险一试好那以上是今天的讲解同学别走开马上回来哦
Okay, everything's pretty much set for now. The venue is ready and the event schedule is planned. We just need someone to track and manage all the donations. Any ideas?
Definitely put Michael in charge. He's a real clean potato. I've never seen him lie.
Clean potato. So you're telling me he's a potato?
No, it just means that he's very honest and upright.
Ah, got it. Well, if he's really as reliable as you say, then he's the right choice. I'd hate for there to be any mistakes or shortcuts when it comes to such important funds.
Don't worry. With someone like him, everything will be handled properly.
Hello, everyone. Today's phrase is clean potato.
Right. It refers to someone who is honest, fair, and full of integrity.
Just like a potato that's perfectly clean with no dirt or blemishes.
Exactly. So when someone is a clean potato, their character is spotless and their intentions are pure.
Here's an example sentence. You can trust him with the money. He's a clean potato who never cheats.
Or she's a clean potato, always doing the right thing even when faced with temptation.
So being a clean potato shows that you make ethical choices and are someone others can count on.
Exactly. And that's all for today.
See you guys next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.